Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to Vocal Show. So doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 9th June 2025. As you can tell, it is a beautiful, beautiful sunrise this morning. One of my favorites. We have the clouds, they're shining, it's fun, we can enjoy it. Today I'm coming in with a great mindset. I'm in a good mood. Didn't go sleep yet, so I'm gonna finish until the battery's over. When the battery's gonna be over, I'm gonna go sleep a little bit. Because today on the 9th, if you're really following the channel, holy shit, it's really windy. So gotta make sure that we don't throw garbage on the ground. I'm more worried about my phone than anything else, to be honest. Yeah, because I don't want to put garbage on the. It is gonna be raining. Today is gonna be raining. Long story short, if you guys know the channel a lot, know that today, the 9th, we got our new Wi-Fi. It was more for the upload speed than anything else. We used to be at 20, used to be at 50. Now this is a cool video, but it's kind of like a bittersweet video to do. First of all, you see this. This is gorgeous. This is what I want to do for a while. We'll do another video for that. But long story short, I'm finding myself being more complex about sunrise. Like, to me, a simple sunrise is kind of boring versus a sunrise like this that is fucking phenomenal. You know? So yesterday we had a new Wi-Fi and it's working wonders. It's uploading way faster, which was a problem. Definitely hindered production or hindered creativity when you have restriction. It's like, hey, I want to be creative. I want to make my own aquarium, but I can't swim. It's like, you know. So yesterday we had this magical moment. This is why I'm in a good mood. This is good mental headspace. This is really, really kind of like a celebration. So we had a nice weather, so it's perfect. I would have some alcohol, but you know what? You don't need the alcohol to celebrate. So yesterday, believe me not, it's all a matter of perception, and this is how crazy it's been. From feeling depressive and almost suicidal, not even a month ago, to now being way better. Yes, well, first of all, I miss streaming. So you see, streaming in a way of, I was feeling less. I made a video about it yesterday, but it's a vicious circle. So because I was depressed, I didn't have idea for content. Because I didn't have idea for content, I wouldn't make videos. Before I wouldn't make videos, I wouldn't talk about how I feel, or externalize emotion, or externalize my voice, right? Because I think it's just talking about everything and anything beats not talking at all. So then, days like yesterday, and it's crazy because we're producing a lot more content. I told you guys we are filming, I want to say up to 3 hours a day. Which is not normal, but at the same time, I used to wake up, thinking about making content. The mindset completely changed. The mindset really did a 360. And I think it's a good thing, to be honest. It's not a good thing question with creation, question with productivity. It's not a great thing, but it's a great thing mentally speaking. I went from waking up and making content. I went to going to sleep and thinking, what can I do tomorrow? I went from inside a video, taking notes for another video, to just waking up and saying, okay, well, what do we have for something today? What video can we do today? Okay, what's on the menu today? And it's more so, it's kind of weird because I was my own boss last year. That was the worst thing I could do. Right now, I'm still my own boss. Don't worry, there's not a secret puppeteer in here. But at the same time, when you go to work, you're like, okay, well, what is my quota of the day? What do I have to do? Right? Okay, so this is something I need to do today. This is something I can't wait until tomorrow. So let's start with what we have to do today. If I have time, let's start with tomorrow stuff. And this is pretty much it. I have precise time. So, for example, what I do love to do is I love to do one, like an hour and a half when the sun is waking. Like right now, I like to do like an hour, around 12, around 10, um, because, well, not 10, more like 1.5, 2 o'clock, because the sun will not reach the balcony at 2. The sun rises here, right? Will go all the way here, and at 2 o'clock you don't have sun. Why? Because it's better for the phone. It's calmer. You still get to see the nature, and then I'll wait until 7 o'clock and just do a TikTok live, and yeah, just chill. That's been kind of it, you know. I think because we're producing less content, or because we're in a weird headspace, we cannot lose the touch, and that's from a person to person, right? That's kind of a person to person, but don't worry, this is a positive videos. I'm not complaining. This is all positive. You just have to be looking at the bigger picture of things. So we're creating a lot less content. I feel like, knowing myself, a lot of the concept that I came up with, a lot of the idea, a lot of the videos were just a train of thought. So you have a train of thought, you have this train, and you're starting, and like, okay, well, I'm going in this direction, right? And then you realize that, you know what? Oops, you see? I died. Shit. You know what? Does it stop here? And they have amazing pretzel. Does it stop here? And they have amazing ice cream. Fun fact is, I don't even like pretzel, but I still stopped to take some. And it was hard, but it was also so fulfilling. I have this idea and being creative enough to make a couple of videos with it, right? But now, because of the depression, I stopped creating content. And it was about making recaps. So, for example, one of the really cool thing we did, and this is something that I fucking adore, and this is something I've mentioned multiple times. And when I say multiple times, I've mentioned it. If I didn't mention this 40 times, I didn't mention it twice. Fuck, the wind is strong. I'm nervous. I'm a bit tired, right? So when I'm tired, I'm nervous, because my mind is not as, like, holy shit, what is that? What is going on? I remember working at AW. That's a true story too. There was this beep, right, to tell you the fries are ready. When you hear the fries beep, you had to pick them up so they don't burn. I was at home. I was sleeping at home. I wish I was joking. I was sleeping at home, and I dreamt that I was working. I heard the beep. I ran out of the bed, and I was looking for the fries. I'm like, oh, holy shit, I'm home. I'm sleeping. You know, that's a funny story. So coming back to it, yeah, I've been talking about it a lot. The greatest thing with having two channels is when I feel like creating content, I can create content. When I feel like streaming, I can stream, right? However, right now we're in a really weird position where I haven't streamed for the last 2 months and a half, which is not true. We started back, so okay, it's true, but it's not true. Technically speaking, we haven't streamed for 2 months and a half. Technically speaking, I started again 3 days ago. This is the 4th days this is the 4th days. We started on the 5th. No, that's not true. We started on the 6th. So that's why in Bank of Isaac, I started on the 6th. Today is the 9th. So this is the 3rd day, which is crazy. And I'm really getting back at it. But it's a new thing. I lost touch with streaming so much. Like, holy fuck, I like this. I was getting excited to making clips. I write down time zone, where you have the clips, and I was excited to make clips because I missed it. When I say this is not true, is because I was playing video games for the last 2 months. I just wasn't streaming them. I was playing it on mobile because I think mobile is actually, and I made multiple videos about that. Mobile is actually pretty good when it comes to gaming. No cap. I drank Fago yesterday. This is water Crystal Light. It's way better. Let's continuing with our story. And the greatest thing with having the channel is when I don't feel making other content, I can do gaming. When I don't feel like gaming, I can make content, right? However, I didn't think about what if you don't have inspiration. Another third category, which is recapping and reacting. The problem that I did, one of my biggest mistakes as a content creator, the biggest no-no, is touch myself on camera. Oh, that wasn't the biggest no-no. I said only the second one, don't worry. The first big no-no was I was doing everything at the same time. I was telling stories, I was making videos, I was streaming, I was recapping, right? I had to categorize more than that. And I feel like recapping right now. Why? Because, well, technically speaking, so I recap to the Pair Boys. The truth is, I didn't need to. It was just a lot of the edit. I felt like it. It got me back into Kenny versus Benny. Truth is, I didn't have to. I just felt like it. Sounds good? Sounds great. And then I was like, you know what? Let's do some anime. So my biggest flaw is when I dive in. I hyper focus. So I'll do anime. So I'm trying to switch it up. So I was like, okay, well, let's listen to Fullmetal Alchemist, which is great. But I started seeing edits of Dr. Stone. I like, shit, I need to see this. And then I was on Netflix yesterday because I'm watching all of that show on Netflix. Could I get another website to watch them? Absolutely. But I am paying for Netflix, so might as well use it, right? My mom, who does so much for me, she was like, hey, can I have your password? I'm like, sure. She says, how much is it? I want to help you pay. I'm like, Mom, it's $21. Don't worry about it. So we start watching Overlord. Now with Overlord, I'm in a sticky situation. I don't want to watch Overlord. I'm not a fan of Overlord. However, it's leaving Netflix the 30th of June. Today, once again, it's the 9th. So 21 day, which is 3 weeks. There's 4 seasons. So it's it's more than a season per week, which is nothing. It's 23 episodes, so 23 divided by 7 is 3 and 2/4. Yeah, 3 and 25. 25 of 7 is what? I don't fucking know. 25 is 1.75. So it's about 8 hours every single week that I have to do. So that was not good. That's not good math. But it's simple. What you do is you need to watch more than a season per. Okay, so it's 23 divided. Okay, so that's what I was doing. So you have to watch a season and a third every single week. So you watch a season a third, you have 3 weeks. There you go. Simple enough. So how much that is, I don't know. I tried to do math, it didn't work. But I have to do a season and a third. A third of 2021 or 23 is it's 8. Yeah, it's 8. So a season and 8 episodes per week, which is 31 episodes per day per week, which end up being 31 divided by 7. That is how much. 31 divided by 7 is how much. We know that 21 is 3. We know that 28 is 4. That 25 is 5. So I would say 4 and something. So yeah, that was the original math, you see. Kind of crazy, not crazy. What the fuck I was talking about? Not great, honestly. Not great. So long story short, I come in, and I'm like, okay, I need to watch this. And I don't feel like watching it, but again, it's gonna leave Netflix, and I'm like, fuck. So for example, we did the same thing, and that was kind of like the worst thing you could do. So we did One Piece. I want to show you guys. I hope it's seeing it. But right now, the sun is going behind a cloud, which is why it's so much darker. You notice the difference of light, huh? I can see in the window. It's how I know. In the window, guys, you can kind of see. You're seeing the sunrise, which is great. I fucking love life right now. And right now is the goal here. And The worst thing I did was I watched One Piece, which I kind of like, but I want to watch One Piece in one go, which is not possible, but still. And no. One go doesn't mean like nonstop. It means like, okay, well, I'm recapping this, I'm recapping this, I'm recapping this, I'm recapping this, and it's doable. So, for example, right now we're gonna be doing Elden Ring, and Elden Ring is a playthrough of 200 and something hours. So if I can do this for that, I can do this for One Piece, right? So I started watching One Piece and I'm like tired, like okay, fuck, yeah. I waited until the last day, of course. Then I had to watch Shameless, and Shameless, I think it was leaving Netflix. I don't know why. So I watched it, binge watching. Again, Shameless, I love it, but was I ready to watch it again? No. 'Cause I watched it 3 times. I watched it once during the pandemic. I watched it once in 2018 when I got Netflix. So the first that I watched on Netflix was Casa de Papel and Shameless. Yeah. And To the Bible. And that was pretty much it. By the way, we're playing Dead Cell in French. And I like to have something in the background because it's not a narrative game, it's a role game. And what we have in the background is freaking Casa de Papel. So, I'll be recapping that also. But with the recapping, I recap another season, another series that I didn't want to recap. Like, for example, with Overlord. Do I want to recap it? Not really. Dr. Stone right now, it's so fucking good. It is so fucking good, but it's so hard to recap. We're also recapping Kenny vs. Penny, right? So we're always finding work to do. Always finding work to do. And ultimately speaking, I know what you're gonna say. Oh, Ink, your channel has way too many videos. We're not gonna watch all of it. It doesn't matter. A lot of the channel videos, and this is truly something, and this is truly something that's inspiring, but kind of a bittersweet. Bittersweet is the perfect expression. In one way, it's a testament of how much we change. A testament of 4 years of hard work. 4 years is how much time? It's 52. 208 times 7 is about 1,456, which is pretty good. That's how many days I've been making content, and more than that. 1,480 days. If I made an hour of content per day, that's a shit ton of time. I'm seeing people that have been there, and this is sad because I had this talk with a lot of people, and again, I think it's right now I'm more chill, I'm more relaxed because I'm like, okay, well, guess what? That's your choice, but it's still such a bad choice. You're streaming on Twitch, but you're not recording it for YouTube. You're not archiving it. So what the fuck are you doing? You know? There you go. And I don't understand people. Why do this job for it to disappear? Right? And I think ultimately speaking, I think it's the mentality of the 9-5. Right? The mentality of the 9-5 is super easy. Is I'm paid per hour. Doesn't matter what I do, I'm paid. And if I'm lucky enough, I did a good job. This is the mentality of the worker. If I'm lucky enough, there's work for me tomorrow. And if I'm lucky enough, I did a shitty job. No. If I'm lucky enough, I did a good job enough for me to be called tomorrow. And if I'm lucky enough, I did a shitty job that will make sure that 1 week or the other I'll have the same job to do. That way I'm always having work. It's the mentality of the worker. That's what the thing with streaming. Why would I understand it. Why would I archive a stream when the next time I'm going to be playing another stream? And it's right. They're right. I hate to say it, but they're right. Doesn't make it. Why do I hate to say it? It's just feel counterproductive. I was bred into thinking that if you're gonna do a job, do it right and do it once. What I'm thinking. I was playing Fortnite this morning, and I was playing Fortnite yesterday. Fortnite, I have over 3,000 hours on it. You know the greatest thing about Fortnite? You know the greatest thing? I never played it off. I played it once offline. I never not played it online. So I've been playing for 3 years, and all of them are on sheep, right? I fell asleep streaming Fortnite. I fell asleep once or twice or a lot of time actually, playing Fortnite, right? And it's just sweet. It's just nice. It's just, I don't know. It just feels good. It feels good. It feels righteous. Another way. There's gonna be raining, so I'm not gonna be making videos the whole day. The plan is to finish this, to play a little bit of game. I'm thinking about Final Fantasy Z. I'm thinking about a lot of things actually. Final Fantasy, and I'm thinking about the tower, not the tower here, the tower, the New World, which I'm gonna probably drop because I want to start playing Eteria. Eteria sounds so fucking good. Okay, so like I was saying, very poorly, but it's kind of nuts because there's always gonna be content. I made a video on how scary it was. How there's so much content. There's so many videos to react to. There's so many ideas that I'm coming with, right? And I'm still young. I'm 32. But even if I did the next 20 years, that's the craziest part. I'm gonna do this till I want to. Like I want to have kids and be doing this, you know. And ultimately speaking, if I can do this for another 25, 30 years, it'll be amazing, right? In 25 or 30 years, I'm still gonna have content because every time there's some more that adds to it. I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. Sorry about that. I had to go to the bathroom. And that's the crazy thing, like I was talking about, right? Most of the videos that I did here are pointless. Everything that I've ever done is pointless. Everything that I ever said is pointless. To certain degrees, right? Because it's not timeless. It's not everlasting. Psychology changed. The way of thinking changed. Society changed. Everybody changed. I was talking about how a lot of the videos that I did on here, like quantity over quality, right? A lot of the videos that I did here, I need to do. A lot of the videos I was doing is are meaningless. Like for example, this very video is meaningless. I'm talking about not having ID, but by doing these videos, I got 2 IDs. Pointless and care system, right? Those 4 years of videos, care system, those 4 years of videos, right? You could say, bro, and people delete videos. I don't know why. Instead if you're embarrassed, but fuck it, right? People understand that you're younger. It's such a touchy subject too. Like for example, the video that I did 4 years ago that I don't agree with right now. Right? There's a video that I was gonna do a video last week. Cause I got into a fight with my mom. I got into a fight with my father. I got into a fight with Jess. And all 3, it was like, dude, we know better. We know better. We know best. But trust us. It's with my mom. So I'm having a nice day with my mom, and I'm not even going there to apply. But we having a cafeteria. We're in a cafeteria, and the table next to us are having an interview, right? And then I have the interview, and she's like, "Oh, you talk too fast." I sit in front of the boss. I'm like, "Mom, you don't realize what you're doing." And she's like, "Yeah, but I'm trying to help you. I'm there for you." And I was grateful for that. She was there for me, but it's a constant like, "Oh, you should cut your hair. Oh, you should lose some weight. You should lose some weight that you buy me chocolate." You know, my father was already in a pissy mood, and because he was in a pissy mood, I wanted him to realize just how shitty he was. So I pushed him. Didn't push him physically, but I pushed him. For example, he was in the traffic, right? And the road was blocked, right? And I told him, "Oh, you should have taken the other road." The reality is, it doesn't matter, stuck or not. Who gives a shit, right? But he was upset. He wanted to go back to work, and then it reminded me of being the exact same way. I was obsessed with making videos, with making content. I would get mad at my father for inviting me for supper. Because I'm like, dude, you don't know what I'm doing. You don't, which is true. You don't know what I'm doing. But still, it's a fucking supper. Like, relax. But at the same time, you know, and then he got mad at me. Then he went too far and said some hurtful shit. And I'm like, okay, well, that's how you feel. That's good, but still, that's kind of shitty. And then my mom's boyfriend, somebody that you haven't seen in 10 years. I come in, he says hi, and then if you're looking for a job, you have to cut your hair, you have to lose some weight. Same thing my mom said. And I'm like, I haven't seen you in 10 years. And you're gonna tell me, what should we call it? You're gonna tell me what to do? Or with Janice. And Janice is a bit more willing or willful than I am. Me, I have to work on it. This is one of my biggest flaw. I'll work. When I'm done, I'm done. There's no getting back to me. And then Janice, I kind of push a little bit more. And I was like, dude, and we were doing something, and I was like, bro, I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm tired. I'll do it on my own. So I get mad because it's like, dude, we're so close, right? But at the same time, he was insisting, and I was like, dude, don't insist, right? I had to fight with people. Now, the video was supposed to be like a care system, like caring enough. Like, for example, when I was younger, listen to the video. When I was younger, I used to not give a shit. I would say sorry even if I didn't mean it. But now that I give a shit, I have to tell the truth. So, for example, I told people like, hey, I don't want to be there for you, or I told people I was more honest and more open with people. That ended up hurting them. It's the right thing to do, you know? So the care system is caring enough to hurt them, which is stupid. But then why I'm talking about this is, I said sorry to my mom, I said sorry to my dad, I said sorry to Janice, you know? And I meant it. So all that video, all that vendetta was gone. You know, so was it pointless? No. Was it pointless? No, because the way you felt wasn't pointless. You felt an emotion, and that was justified. You felt a certain type of way, and that was justified. However, at the end of the day, it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't, because, and this is complex. This is complicated. At the end of the day, it doesn't, because it was a super example, right? You have a heartbreak, right? And you have this pain for weeks and months. Now it matters. But if it's just like, oh, you know what? Somebody did something to piss me off and I'm mad. That the next day I wake up and like, fuck that guy. The emotion was still valid, but not as valid as a breakup that lasts several months, you know? But those videos, at the same time, a lot of them, I wouldn't do them if I was the guy I am today. I wouldn't do them because I'm like, you change, you're more mature. But at the same time, you know, I used to say in videos, fuck the system, right? Which absolutely, fuck the system. But it's not about fucking the system, it's about the system is shitty for everybody. How far can you survive? It's like, okay, well, the system is shitty for me, for you guys, and for you guys. Why am I the only one complaining? Because the other people accepted it and thrived in it. I was not thriving it, right? I wasn't using the system to my advantage. But at the same time, you're seeing 4 years and you see the evolution, you know? I was watching this guy, and he's annoying because he's always talking about, oh, I've been on YouTube for 17 years. But then you look at how much he grew and how much he lived, and you're like, holy shit, that's still something, you know? People don't understand how much you can change in 4 years. And then you document it. I was talking to a girl today, right? And completely different person than I am. Very, very different. But you still saw that the way she evolved, and she was talking about her past, and I'm like, holy shit, this is kind of similar to what I have, you know? And that's crazy. So then the whole video of today was a magical moment yesterday. I was streaming Fortnite. We were back in the 2022. I was playing Dead Cell in the morning. I was streaming Fortnite, and I was listening to TikTok Battle, and it's with Mac, and it's all about the temperature too. It's all crazy. It's timing. It's a magical moment. It was a magical moment, like an almost orgasmic moment. I was sitting, and I was like, "Holy shit! I'm so good." We had very warm weather last week. Yesterday was a day where I was in the apartment and I felt the breeze. Like, oh, this feels so good. I was listening to TikTok Battle, which were super funny. And I was playing Fortnite. Fortnite I haven't played in 2 months and a half because, again, we only play when we stream. Exactly. You know? It just felt phenomenal. It just felt like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it how good it felt. Not in the sense of, not in this. You see how crazy this is? I just talked about how a feeling that was not long lasting was pointless. That feeling was gone. Like today I want to sleep, but I want to make videos because we have the sunrise. Right? And that's kind of crazy. Because yesterday we were so good and now we're tired. We gotta wake up and be so good because today's gonna be raining. I get to stream. Today I like streaming. I'm falling back in love with streaming. And yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. If you told me I was gonna miss it this much, I wouldn't believe you. If you told me that we were gonna do better today, I would not have believed you. And if you told me that the answer, and it's not necessarily how we're feeling. It's not necessarily, oh, dude, I'm doing so good. Oh, dude, life is great. That's cool. But it's more than that. It's about the fact that we heal by doing things that we were doing. For example, and I said this yesterday in the video, we have less inspiration for making videos, and that pushes us to not make videos. But I'm still talking as much because I still need to talk. Right? It's in human nature, I guess. And I do live. I do TikTok live. I do Twitch live. I do streams, and I still get to talk to people. But it's more productive. See, I made 30,000 videos, 38,000 videos, if you count the two channels together. And in 4 years. I don't know if you're good at math, I'm not, but it's more than 9,000 videos per year. Right? No. What am I saying? What the fuck? What was the math again? I'm tired. I made 38,000, right? Divided by 4. That's 9,000 per year. 9,000 divided by 350. It's about, let's say 30 for good measure. I would make 30 videos per day. Did I truly make 30 videos per day? No. But just to show you. You know? Just right now, think about it. We're filming this video, that's 1. We're filming tower, that's 4. And I'm filming nature, that's 5. And on the computer, what I have, a video's uploading. You know? It's hard for me to understand people that says that's too much content. It possibly is, but see, you feel obligated to watch it. You don't, you shouldn't. Anyway, gonna start with a Kenny versus Penny. We got 60% left. That is perfect. I love you guys. Take it easy.